as the McLarens are side by side, and Oscar Piastri is going all the way around the outside.
The Italian Grand Prix was nothing short of a grand drama, resulting in the fourth multiple Grand Prix winner this year, Charles Leclerc. However, at the same time, both of McLaren's drivers made it onto the podium, not without controversy. Lando Norris started from pole position after being the fastest driver in qualifying, with his teammate Oscar Piastri just behind him in second place. The tension between the young drivers surfaced on the first lap at turn 4, where Piastri went wheel-to-wheel with Norris, overtaking him aggressively. Norris was forced to leave space, and in the process, Leclerc seized the opportunity to overtake, pushing Norris from the race lead to third place. After that, Norris couldn't regain the lead for the rest of the race. Unfortunately for McLaren, Piastri's stunt didn't help the team. If anything, it made things worse. His attempt to win fell short due to Ferrari's one-stop strategy, which snatched victory from McLaren. Despite giving their best efforts, Piastri and Norris could only secure second and third positions, respectively. Piastri finished 2.66 seconds behind Leclerc, while Norris was just 6.15 seconds away from victory. As Leclerc celebrated with the Tifosi, Norris and Piastri were seen looking anywhere but at each other, heads either down or staring at the ceiling, an awkward sight, reflecting the tension between the two teammates. Andrea Stella, McLaren's team principal, hinted at an investigation into the incident, stating, "We will have to review with the drivers to understand their point of view, and then we will assess together whether they were fully compliant or not. We will take the learnings that we need to take, and then we will adjust the papaya rules to allow us to pursue, in the best possible manner, both the Constructors and Drivers' Championships." The papaya rule allows drivers to race each other hard, but clean, with no contact. Many in the F1 community may have heard of this rule for the first time, as McLaren introduced it recently. When asked about the rule, Norris explained, "Just don't crash, that's all." And yeah, there was no contact, so he did a good job. Piastri commented on the incident, saying, "I braked later and got around the outside. There wasn't much more to it than that. We both got through unscathed. I knew once I hit the brakes, I had the advantage and was entitled to stay on the outside. Ultimately, for 38 laps of that race, it put me in a race-winning position. So, for me, it was just a good first lap." When asked if the team could have instructed Piastri to let him through to secure second place and gain 3 more points, Norris replied, "I mean, I would love it. But it's not up to me. It's tough because, obviously, as any driver, you don't want team orders. You don't want things to be played that way. And, yeah, it's a tough one." Looking ahead to the remaining 8 races, Norris seemed rather disappointed. "Obviously, I wouldn't say we're running out of time, but time is slipping away." He said, "I still believe we can do it. The pace is great. I still believe we probably had, if not the best car, then close to it today. So, I don't know. It's not for me to decide. It's for the team." His statement shows that although Norris is not happy with the incident, he is confident in his ability to win the championship, especially as the points leader, Max Verstappen, has struggled to maintain his early season momentum. After the race, McLaren's CEO also commented on the incident, saying, "It was aggressive. An aggressive move by Piastri. Their start was great, and that's what we had discussed, kind of getting behind each other and fanning out to make sure nobody else could get by. I think Lando was probably caught by surprise with that move, thinking, let's just tuck into a 1-2 and see if we can pull a bit of a gap, so it's something we'll discuss internally." The tension between Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri at Monza is not just a one-off event. It could signal underlying issues within the team. McLaren has always prided itself on fostering a competitive but collaborative environment. However, the intense competition between two highly talented young drivers can sometimes lead to friction. Norris, who has been with McLaren for several seasons now, is seen as the team's future star and a potential world champion. His experience and consistent performance have made him the team leader. On the other hand, Piastri, a rookie with a stellar junior career, has shown immense potential and is eager to prove himself on the big stage. This dynamic is reminiscent of other famous teammate rivalries in F1 history, where the competition within the team has led to both success and conflict. The incident at Monza, where Piastri aggressively overtook Norris, could be an early sign of a rivalry brewing within McLaren. If not managed carefully, this rivalry could lead to more on-track incidents, which could hurt the team's overall performance in the Constructors' Championship. Team principal Andrea Stella and the McLaren management will need to strike a delicate balance between allowing their drivers to race freely and ensuring that the team's goals are not compromised. Looking back at Formula One history, we've seen how internal rivalries can both drive teams to greatness and lead to their downfall. The most famous example is the rivalry between Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost at McLaren in the late 1980s. Their fierce competition pushed both drivers to new heights, but it also created a toxic environment within the team. While McLaren won multiple championships during this period, the internal strife eventually led to Prost leaving the team. More recently, the rivalry between Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg at Mercedes showed how difficult it can be to manage two top-tier drivers. Their intense battle for the championship in 2016 culminated in several on-track collisions and off-track tensions. Although Mercedes won the Constructors' Championship that year, the cost was high, with Rosberg retiring at the end of the season and the team having to rebuild the harmony within its ranks. McLaren will be keen to avoid a similar situation. The team has made significant progress this season, with both Norris and Piastri consistently scoring points and challenging for podiums. Maintaining this momentum will require careful management of the drivers' rivalry, ensuring that it remains a healthy competition rather than a destructive force. As McLaren looks ahead to the remaining races of the season, strategic decisions will be crucial. The team needs to decide how to handle situations where its drivers are competing directly against each other. Should they allow them to race freely, risking incidents like the one at Monza? Or should they impose team orders to protect their championship aspirations? Team orders have always been a contentious issue in Formula One. On one hand, they can prevent costly mistakes and ensure that the team maximizes its points haul. On the other hand, they can stifle the driver's competitiveness and lead to frustration, as seen in past instances where drivers were ordered to hold position despite having the pace to challenge for the win. For McLaren, the key will be transparency and communication. Both Norris and Piastri need to be fully aware of the team's strategy and the reasoning behind any decisions. If the team can manage this effectively, they can harness the competitive energy between their drivers to push the team forward rather than allowing it to become a source of conflict. The next few races will be critical for McLaren. With just 8 races left in the season, every point counts. The team will need to maintain its current form and avoid any internal issues that could derail their progress. For Norris, this is an opportunity to solidify his status as a championship contender, while Piastri has the chance to establish himself as one of the sport's brightest young talents. Beyond this season, the relationship between Norris and Piastri will be pivotal for McLaren's long-term success. If they can build a strong partnership, it could lead to a period of dominance for the team. However, if the rivalry between them escalates, it could become a stumbling block in McLaren's journey back to the top of Formula One. As fans, we can only wait and see how this story unfolds. One thing is certain: the next few races are going to be thrilling, with McLaren's internal dynamics adding an extra layer of intrigue to an already exciting season. Thanks for staying with us as we explored the latest drama at McLaren and its implications for the rest of the season. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. What do you think about the rivalry between Norris and Piastri? Can McLaren manage the tension and keep pushing forward? Or are we headed for another famous teammate showdown? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.